Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Don't fuck with me right now.
Hey, Sticks, are there pube barbers?
Yeah, I think it's the guy that looks in the mirror when you're thinking that.
I'm saying I know we can all do it. I know we can all do it, but to get a precise, pristine, accurate job downstairs, is there a service? Because I know women get Brazilian waxes, so they have people that'll basically torture them to death. I'm just saying, I mean, there's gotta be, there's every idea that's ever been had has been said. There has to be a pube barber. I'm not talking about let's go to the barber shop, Ice Cube's gonna lather up your dick. I'm talking specific places where you go to get your, I mean, preferably a straight woman would be the perfect pube barber. But I mean,
I,
you
I
go
don't know. I don't know. With it being 2025,
down.
maybe being a guy that kind of leans towards one side might be good to go because I mean the guy's gonna be like, well, if I don't want to see it this way, I dang well know a straight woman isn't gonna want to see it this way. Maybe that I mean because I mean we see this stuff in like the twisted fucking uh like forensic files things like where this guy went to go see this chick and next thing you know they start talking, they hit it off, next thing you know the dude's having a side affair with the chick, and then he has like that post nut clarity. He was like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? I've been with my girl for like 5 to 10 years. Why should I start over when she's already broke in? Like she knows how I like to do things my way, all this stuff. And then next thing you know, you're in like a fatal attraction type of thing.
Okay, the only way I'm going to pay a dude to do that is if this dude, I mean, it's got to be supervised. We're going to have people in there. It's not just going to be me and the other person. There's going to be supervision, make sure nothing goes on. The guy, if it's a guy, got to be a eunuch. Got to be a eunuch. If he's a eunuch, I don't got to worry about nothing. I mean, I know he can do stuff with his mouth, but I'm just saying, it's
Well,
got to
let me
be
ask
a
you this.
eunuch.
Let me ask you this. If worse comes to worse, if I had to pick a straight guy to fucking do my landscaping, fuck, I'd go with Zanka. I mean, I think that'd be the guy that I would, no, seriously, that I would most trust. Because this guy would be like, shit, man, I'm going to get you nice and tight. So that way, when you know that you're going to score for your girl tonight, you're gonna be like, after you're done, you're gonna send me that prop, that dap up after you end up having the fun of either two
But,
minutes, 1 minute, or
but
5 hours.
if you don't leave a good enough tip, after he's done, he's gonna give you a straight right to your fucking sack. So you best
Oh,
tipping
well,
Zank,
yeah, yeah,
not with your tip, but with cash.
well, yeah, you gotta at least double what the cost was, because if you look, if the guy does a good enough job, and then you're gonna get like action for minutes on that night. I mean, you got to be like, hey, not only am I going to return when I have another date night, but if I keep tipping this guy, just tip, if I keep doing this guy's going to set me up for days. Because I mean, let's just put it this way: when the woman sees that the hedges are trimmed properly, she'll be like, damn, what have I been missing out?
That's
What's my guy
why
been doing?
that's why my initial proposal was that a straight woman do it, because a straight woman enjoys the dick. And if she enjoys the dick, then from her perspective, because only a woman can get that eye to dick
Well,
perception.
well, we also
You
know
can bring it up.
women like to sabotage other women. So, is she going to though? Is she going
It's
to?
her job, Sticks. It's her job. She did. She.
There's
You know
a
what?
lot of people that have that are there are a lot of people that work
Listen.
jobs that it's their jobs and they don't do their job right.
Listen, Stick. She went to a bush trimming university. She got her degree. It's hanging on the wall behind her. She's got a bronze sack because she specializes around the sack. So that's how you know she knows her business. So when you go in there, it's someone you can trust to know what straight women want to look at while they're bobbing and weaving below your belt.
Me and Gria, if this was true, we'd see a lot more of these businesses around.
That's
This
what
shit's
I'm
probably in
asking.
like this is why this shit's probably in like downtown Chinatown behind like the fortune cookie shop. This is why they're like, oh, that's why you gotta do like use like a code word when you're gonna go to like some store and they'd be like, oh yeah, okay. Like the dove flies half mast at midnight, and then they take you behind like two doors in like this dimly lit room, and then they take you to this other room, and that's when they have like the ultraviolet lights that just shine on because obviously the chick's gonna have to have proper lighting.
All
But
right.
I mean, it's
Okay.
just one of those things.
Okay, let's meet in the middle here. All right, I'll agree to this premise. I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going to downtown Chinatown. I'm gonna go to that barber shop. I'm gonna get the baldness like we like it, get it maybe a 0.5 or a 1. And then afterwards, you get you guys trim around the Amazon. You You guys, you guys trim around that Amazon rainforest, I'll pay extra. No happy ending. I just want it presentable for my lady because I know you got tiny hands, so it's gonna make me look bigger. My confidence is gonna go up. I need you to make it look good. Trim everything around the balls. Maybe tickle the taint, just to tickle the taint. Just trim it up, trim it up. Here's an you know what? Here's an extra 50 for your troubles. There we go. We met in the middle, Sticks.
Yeah, I'm asking. I mean, you're doing the Amazon. I'm asking them if they could properly landscape the Gulf of America for me. So I mean, I'm like, hey, this is gonna be my once a year.
I love
This is
it.
gonna be my once a year freaking where I get the woman for like 5 minutes before she's gotta go start doing spring cleaning around the apartment. It's like I gotta make it the best 5 minutes of my whole year. I need you guys to give me the wash, the wax, the undercarriage, the spot free rinse. I need you guys to do this for me because I'm not gonna get this till about this time next year when I'm coming in and asking for the same thing again. So y'all gotta help your guy out because I mean, if you do a good job this time, when you see me this time next year, I'm gonna not only double that tip, but I'm probably gonna tell a couple of my boys, be like, hey, Valentine's Day next year, these people will hook you up.
And before I drop my pants, I'm gonna go with a no on the hot towel. No on the hot towel. Let's keep it simple. We don't want no scarring. Let's just keep it simple. All right, that being said, Sticks, we have just exited the Oscar season. Oscars are done, said with. I'm gonna have a lot to say about that, but first, so I listened to the last tripod we did, which was 2 weeks ago. And when we got to the entertainment section of the tripod, I asked you if you had watched anything, and you said, "Meh, you haven't watched shit." So I gave you 14 days, Sticks, 14 days. Have you seen any movies in the past 2 weeks?
Yes, I've actually watched two, and I have the recommendation that you and Cesar told me about with Demi Moore and the substance. I have that on board, but I also have, I believe it's called Strange Darling that I watched a trailer for.
Hmm.
That it looks like that it could be it's kind of like a horrorish thriller movie. I have that on deck, but yes, I end up watching Venom: The Last Dance. Unfortunately, I rented that before it dropped on Netflix. Yes, I know. And then I watched Heretic that had Hugh Grant.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised of how good that movie was. I mean, Hugh Grant, he'd always throughout his career, he'd always played like that one role. But this was something I thought was outside the box, and he killed it because one of the girls that is in it is also in that movie Companion.
Hmm.
about the female that's almost like is a better version of a Megan Fox movie that came out, I think, a couple years ago.
Okay.
The movie was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like Hugh Grant played really great. There is it has some religion in it, which basically because these two girls are going door to door and they're trying to talk to him about a church service. And this guy starts questioning it, like
Mhm.
questioning like their allegiance to their religion, and plays and how they got it integrated into the plot was great. Um, I recommend when it does come onto a streaming service. Don't obviously I'm not gonna tell you guys to go use your money on it. Just wait for it to come on a streaming service. Go watch it because that'd be the best way to do it. I was very pleased with it. I thought it was worth my $6 and change of renting it. Um, Venom: The Last Dance. I mean, my hierarchy in the Venom three the trilogy is I thought the first one was good. I would go first, third, second, in the ring and the order of movies. Of course, it left itself open for something down the road. I mean, I know Tom Hardy basically came out and said he's not going to play it again unless it's in like with a Spider-Man movie of Holland, which
Yeah.
it kind of, I mean, it kind of maybe leaned into that. I highly doubt they're going to do that, but um, outside of that, those only two movies I've watched in the last 14 days that we've had. I don't like I said, I just have those two movies I just talked about earlier on deck. I'm into that Netflix series Drive to Survive with F1. I think that's coming out in like March 7th. Daredevil Born Again. I watched Daredevil on Netflix. They're gonna drop, I think, like 2 episodes here. I think on the fourth. So I'm gonna wait for them to drop all the episodes for that. Then I'm gonna blitz through that because I watched that. They're bringing John Berthnall back as the Punisher, which I'm glad they did that because I liked him in the Daredevil, but I also liked the 2 season series that Netflix did with him on that.
Mhm.
So I mean, a lot of stuff to kind of look forward to coming out. I'm waiting for Hard Eyes to come out so I can rent that. I thought that looked like it'd be a decently good movie to rent whenever that drops to be able to be not $20 to rent. So I mean, kind of got some stuff to look forward to entertainment wise.
So with Heretic, I appreciated the fact that they didn't make well they did Hugh Grant was malicious. Like he was what made him even scarier is the accent. Like it's like being tortured by William Regal. And he kind of tries to make he tries to explain religion and it's a fraud and he uses like board games as examples. And I'm sitting here I'm listening to it, I'm watching it, I'm like, here we go again. Anytime religion or God's brought up, they try to make a mockery of it. But in the end, I'm not going to spoil it. But man, was it a good movie. Heretic is highly recommended. I
And,
love
and the thing that I appreciate, I watched that, and then like a couple days later, my girlfriend told me about how like Paramount Plus has a thing about talking about the game Monopoly. And remember, he talked about that in the video in that movie. So I was like, I told her about that. She's like, oh, well, maybe that's what this whole series, what this whole episode of like them talking about Monopoly is about. So I thought it was a good movie, and I thought it was something that made it great. That it was something that Hugh Grant. It was like a different role for him.
Well, Sticks, I beg of you, please watch The Substance so we can talk about it in the very near future. But Julius Caesar, big Carpe himself with his very own cognac background, my man, with the modern day Maharaja shirt. Welcome, Julius Caesar, my man. How have you been and what have you been watching this past 14 days?
Just been catching up on some stupid stuff, mostly YouTube again. Did start watching the Mayor of Kingstown. Got the first season done. That is a show. That is a show. The premise of the show is just fucking crazy off the wall. So basically, it's like about a city. There is a real city like this. I can't remember where they said it is, but basically, it's about a city where there's like it's 60% like people, 40% prison. That's what makes up the population. There's
Damn.
like a regular prison, a supermax prison, a women's prison, and I think a juvenile detention center or something like that. Um, and so the mayor starts off with these two brothers. I'll just give you all synopsis of some shit. Starts off with his two brothers. The coach of the TV show from Friday Night Lights. You probably seen that guy everywhere. And then Hawkeye. Um, so they're brothers. They have a third brother who's a cop. And basically, what they do is they work out of this office. Uh, and basically, what they do is they're a go between the criminals inside the prison, the criminals outside the prison, the police in the city, and then the guards in the prison.
Mhm.
Um, so they're like a go-between, and they kind of run shit so that no faction, like there's like a white mob, there's Bloods, Crips, there's like a
Oh,
Latin gang.
it's modern times.
Yeah, yeah, it's modern times. Like one of the guys is like the leader of the Crip. He never leaves this yard because like it's all Crips in there. Like he always says it. He's like, bro, I can't leave 10 feet from the yard. I'm gonna get fucking shot. He's the leader outside, and then like they have a gang. They have the blacks are like a gang kind of inside, and the Crips. I think there's two black guys in charge. I think the Crips and the Bloods both have a gang inside, and like the guys like the mayor, they get like drugs inside, they get shit inside, but they talk to the guards. So if like the motherfucker criminals get too wild inside, like he's trying to talk to the guard so that there's peace between everybody. It's fucking a show.
Is it physical? Is it a physical role for Jeremy Renner?
Well, not yet, but I have seen him shoot some niggas. So I don't know.
Well,
It's not really.
I'm asking because he got injured. I was wondering
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
can he
From
finish
what they
the
do in the show, no, it's a lot of driving around.
Okay.
So yeah, he's not like he hasn't like physically fought anybody, but I've only watched the first season. So
Okay.
like the premise is like he's the way more criminal one
Mhm.
of the two brothers
Corrupt.
because he's been in the jail,
Yeah.
but their one brother is a cop who's been on like their dad started the mayor shit, and their dad, I think the premise is he got killed getting mixed up in some of the mayor shit, so
Mhm.
they take over. Uh, yeah, Hawkeye wanted to get away from the city. Like he doesn't have really any friends. He lives alone, like in a cabin in the woods, and gets like no cell signal. He hates the fucking town. He always wanted to get away, but I think he got trapped into this shit. Like he wanted to be a chef or something. He wanted to get away. He gets roped into this shit. There's a point where he can get out because some fucked up shit happens. But he picks back up, and now like he's the mayor, and he's because like his brother was in charge, and now he's in charge.
Mhm.
And man, there is some wild boy shit going around because like it first starts where this young officer guy does something for one of the inmates, and now the inmates have something on him, and like the seasoned guards, he meets them for like breakfast, and they're like, "Yo, man, he's a young kid, man. Like, he black, they black, blah 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 blah." So like the guy he does a favor for is like being real like fruit booty towards him. He's like, "Yo, man, get back in the hut, bro," and he's like, "Nah, you make me get in this hut," and blah and shit like that. And he puts his hands on him, and then
Yeah.
they beat the fuck out of that nigga. So he like dies, and they have to transfer this motherfucker to like the woman's side. He's a pretty boy. And but like the Crip guy's like, yo, man, why my fucking people dying inside, yo? And yeah, come on, man, you're supposed to fix this shit out, and shit like that. He's like, well, you doing this shit. I need you to get some more drugs through. And like it's crazy because they'll like hit tennis balls with I think names on them. He'll
Mhm.
get a kid to hit tennis balls over the yard wall because there's like a hill and they'll bounce over and it's like full of drugs that these niggas are selling on the inside and shit. It's fucking wild boy shit in the first season. So I'm at the season finale now. There's like a prison riot going on. This nigga out in the woods, he don't know about it yet. The prisoners, and then like fuck, what's his name? There's a famous actor. He's like a bad guy on the inside, and him and the mayor are at odds. And
Mhm.
this nigga done taught the black niggas where the shit is and how to use the prison keys. They got guns. They're in a full blown riot. Like there's shoots out. They're burning shit in the yard. Like it is fucking wild
Is it
as
on
fuck.
is it on Hulu or Amazon
Nah, it's
or
on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's canceled that.
Yeah. Oh man, nigga, yeah, you should have watched that first. That shit is good.
Any
That shit's
movie?
pretty good. So it's not like there's I'll tell you like this, it's a lot of setup to learn the players and I think it's only like 9 seasons, like 9 episodes a season or something.
Hmm.
And they're about an hour long. Um, so if you're going in looking for like character growth in the first season, you ain't gonna get that shit. You're gonna get a lot of what the rotation is.
Yeah.
Um, and then so I'm hoping in season two there's probably like way more character growth and shit like that. And it's funny, man. The way they talk is just some real hood ass shit. Because like the Crip guy, the leader, he has a nephew that wants to play hockey to
Hmm.
get out of the town because he doesn't want to be a gangbanger, but he's not like super intelligent to get out. But he could play sports, but he can't. He's not tall enough for like he says in the car. He's not tall enough for basketball. He's not. Yeah, he's not big enough for football. So he's playing hockey, and he's really good. And then like there's this a whole bunch of like there's these just drunk crackers in the crowd, and he's like the only black kid playing hockey, and he
Hmm.
schools this one dude's son, and then like that guy, the bad guy's team was beating him up, and then fucking Hawkeye's like, yo man, they jumping this nigga. So Hawkeye goes down there on the ice and starts pushing him off, and the dads come down there, and Hawkeye grabs a stick, starts beating the fuck out of him. Like he was getting beat up at first, then he taps into something, starts beating the fuck out them niggas. And then he has the kid in the car. They're like both bleeding, like jaw is like swollen, like black eye. But he beat up like 8 niggas like on the ice. He beat up like 8 white dudes on the ice. And so he was talking to the criminal nigga again, and he was laughing. The criminal nigga was laughing. He's like, yo, man. He's like, nephew said you was like Superman out there beating up them crackers. He's like, you in the streets fighting like us. He's like, get that nigga 40. He's like bossing his criminal guys around. He's like, get my nigga 40. He's like, got it on the side of his face. He's like,
So that's what you got to do to get your invitation to the cookout?
yeah, man, you got to beat up like 8 white dudes on ice
Oh
with a
man.
stick. But it's like it's so weird how you just like feel for his character because he was just like, yeah, he's fucking drunk hick, meth smoking racist. I don't like that shit. And he's like promising the kid, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. This is what you got to do to get out of here. He's like, I'm gonna take you to every fucking game. He's like, I don't care about them fuckers. He's like, I'm gonna bring some motherfuckers with me next time. So like, he might go ask the Irish mob niggas to pull up with him next week and stomp a mud hole in the drunk hicks who are just out there living through their sons and shit just because they're racist. Like, it's crazy how he really doesn't see. He sees the criminals as the criminals, and then he sees some of the cops and guards as criminals, and he gets away with that shit too, to where he's doing certain things where it's like just some illegal ass shit. But he is trying to keep the peace, but he's just an asshole about it. And like he doesn't give a fuck who he pisses off. It's good, man. It's good. Y'all should watch it.
Any movies?
Mm. No, I haven't watched any movies. I've just been watching shows. I think I said last time I finished up Slow Horses, the new season, that newest season, finished that up. I was thinking about trying to find something else on Apple TV to watch. I think I'm gonna watch that comedy show, Shrinking, the one with the
That's a good
Harrison Ford in it.
that's a
I
good
heard
one.
that's pretty good. So I'm probably gonna start that, continue watching uh Mayor of Kingstown. We'll start watching season 2 here pretty soon.
So the Oscars was last night.
Yeah, yeah, I can care about
Every year I make it a point to go out of my way to watch the nominated Best Pictures.
that.
I watched Anora.
Is that the one with the hooker and the rich guy?
Anora is about a stripper who is an
Same thing.
escort,
Same
and
thing. Hooker.
she gets with a Russian kid,
Okay.
and because she speaks Russian, so they they bring her out there to go hook up with him.
Mhm.
And this is not this is not, first of all, it's not a best picture. Second of all, it should have never been nominated. Third of all, the bitch should not have won best actress because if this would be JH's favorite movie of all time because it's Jersey. Jersey, it's the Jersey Shore accent that she has saying fuck this. She said the F word throughout. Uh
Okay.
it's not really it's not it wasn't best. I don't know who the fuck the director paid off or sucked off because he won best director, the
Okay.
bitch won best actress, and it won
Mhm.
best picture. I'm not going to recommend this movie. It's not best picture caliber. It
Did
was
did she play a really good hooker? Did she
she
look like she had
played,
no soul in her eyes and wanted to suck dick for money?
yes.
Oh, I don't know. It's best actress to me, nigga.
Am I
That's
frozen? Okay, I thought it was frozen. Okay.
I mean,
Um,
if she looked like she had no soul and she was ready to take some pipe at any minute,
it
sounds
was
like Hookerville to me.
it's a silly dark comedy that cannot be taken seriously. The critics gave it a 93. No. The people give it an 89. No. This is a solid on the Mangria scale. This is a 5. This movie is a 5 out of 10. Don't waste your time. It's over 2 hours long, which I wish I could get back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the first 3 minutes it shows strippers bending over and flashing titties. So just watch the first 3 minutes and you're done. You got the whole experience. But you just reminded me, Cesar, Apple Plus. Speaking of Apple Plus,
Hmm.
The Gorge on Apple
I
Plus
wanted to watch that. I didn't watch
is
that.
very good. That movie, I mean, it's not Best Picture, but I mean, that is a silly good time. It's good. It's good. It's about Miles Teller. Where have you been, by the way? Miles Teller, old Mr. Fantastic himself,
Hmm.
and that chick, I never remember her name, but you recognize her. She's
Anna
from,
Taylor Joy,
yeah, she's from Splice. She's from um,
The Menu.
Split, a
Yep.
lot of SP movies. But they are guarding this gorge that is full of tree demons. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch it. It's great. I loved it. I highly recommend that. But I wasn't even planning on talking about that. But you said Apple TV, and that reminded me of that movie. I did watch Amelia Perez, nominated for Best Picture. I went into all these movies blind, by the way. Did not know what it was. I saw the poster for it. I was like, oh, okay. Watched it. Hold on a second.
Wait, the movie's called Amelia Perez.
The movie is called Amelia Perez. It's a Spanish musical about a cartel boss who hires a lawyer to help him with a sex change. It shines the light on some of the horrific crimes the cartels do to people. Amelia then starts a company that helps find the dead family members that are the cartel victims so that their families have closure. There was a bizarrely sexual musical number at the victim's benefit that they had. Strange, sad ending. The music was forgettable. This movie was nominated because of the trans stuff, women empowerment, and the Mexican culture. The best part of Amelia Perez was Zoe Saldana was the only person in this movie that could act.
That sounds about
It's,
right.
the I've never seen this huge of a gap between the critics and the people. That's how you can tell, oh, this was for it checked the box of trans. That's what it did for the Oscar nominations. 72 by the critics, a 16 from the people. If you want to have a good laugh tonight, read the reviews the people left. After I was done watching this, I read the reviews that the audience wrote. They're fucking hilarious. But skip this movie. There's not really a best picture that was nominated that I would recommend. Not even The Brutalist. I watched The Brutalist. It's 3.5 hours. It was okay. It was 3.5 hours long, but that's the one who should have won because Adrian Brody worked his ass off. He acted his ass off. That was Oscar caliber. It should have won. I also saw Captain America, Brave New World. Sorry, Sticks. Cannot recommend this one either. Caesar.
Hey, what's
Caesar
wrong with
left
this
his
movie?
review. Caesar left his review on the last tripod. And I was like, all right, I went into it. Me and my buddy watch all the Marvel bullshit, so I was gonna see it anyway, except for Craven. Um,
Yeah, fuck that.
Lots of talking for a Marvel movie. There was an awful villain. The only fun was when Red Hulk and Captain fought for 10 minutes. Skippable. Sticks watches everything, so he's probably gonna watch this eventually. It's not worth your time. It's not. It should have been a series on Disney Plus. If they could have made it a multi-episode series and took their time, I think it would have been better. But it wasn't terrible. I'm not saying it's terrible. It was there. It
If you're
it
saying skippable, it's terrible.
I'm not I know how far away the theaters are for Sticks.
You're
Don't
essentially
burn
telling me to
calories.
wait till it drops on Disney Plus to
Yeah.
spend my time watching.
That'll be like
Yes.
2 months.
Yeah, don't be in a hurry. The critics gave it a 49. The people gave it a 79. The critics nailed it. I also saw favorite movie of the week, The Monkey. The Monkey. Cesar, have you seen this?
No, I'm not watching a fucking show about a pet monkey killing a family.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
a little, I know what the premise is, and I'm just like, no. I don't care how funny it's supposed to be. No.
it's like if Stephen King and Tim Burton had a B movie baby. Also, strangely enough, shades of John Waters throughout with the costumes and sets. This was a very fun movie because, again, I did not watch the trailer. I went into this blind at the theater. I had a fun time. This was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think you guys are gonna get kick out of it if Caesar ever watches it. It
I'm
is
not.
silly. It's kind of like Paranormal Activity, but with a monkey, a toy monkey. But it's the deaths are so fucking silly. It's funny though because it come out of nowhere, and I think I was the only person in the theater laughing. But then again, it was just me and my buddy because nobody else was in the fucking theater. This movie was funny. I had a great time. It's a scant 90 minutes, which is perfect movie time. It got a 78 by the critics and a 59 by the people. I'm more on board with what the critics said, but yeah, I recommend that. Maybe not theater movie, but check it out when it comes out on VOD. Caesar, every time we have a tripod or we talk, I keep forgetting to mention this. My GM mode on 2K25 is online, so we can actually play. Me, you, and Jake can do
All
the
right.
online GM mode finally. And yeah, the roster is looking great. The intergender matches, everything's looking cool. I can't wait to play this. It comes out this Friday, actually. So I will be all over that. That will be the rest of my time this year. I will be playing that game. I do want to talk about the Elimination Chambers. The sheriff's the only one who watches this, so if he sits through this, thank you, Sheriff. But the Elimination Chamber was great. Liv Morgan was impressive. Jade whooping up on Naomi, which, by the way, my mom has been watching wrestling for I'd say 10 years. She's been watching wrestling because her favorite wrestler was Kane back in the day. So
Mhm.
she's been watching, not dedicated, but she watches it just to have something to talk about with me. And she watched Elimination Chamber, and when Naomi got attacked, she got pissed. She loves Naomi. She got hella pissed when Naomi got taken out, which is shocking to me because I didn't know she liked Naomi. But Trish and Tiffy giving stiffies, KO beating the brakes off of Sammy, Seth's hatred of CM Punk screaming die as John Cena choked him out in the STFU. John Cena turning heel. This is my opinion. Might be the greatest thing to ever happen in wrestling because we've been watching wrestling most of our lives. We've been watching wrestling even when it was dog shit, dog food, literally dumped on fucking Roman's head. It's been awful. We've sat through some dumb shit. We've protested. We've heard the guys on the Steel Roll after party protesting, turn Cena heel. Cena needs to turn heel. We all forgot about it. Cena hung his boots up. He's going to Hollywood, Peacemaker, Fast and Furious, all this shit. He's a part-timer now. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he's coming. His music hits. Oh, he's going to fight Roman. He's probably going to lose. But hey, it's good to see John Cena. Farewell tour. Okay, we're getting good guy Cena. Oh, gosh, he lost the Rumble. Oh, darn. But it was good to see Cena. I'm entering the Elimination Chamber. I deserve it. Okay, whatever. He's going to lose. Punk's probably going to win. Nope, Cena wins. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're just going to get like a face on face. Maybe Rock makes himself a special referee or something. I don't know. And then he turned heel. I haven't been this happy watching wrestling in a long fucking time. This is the best thing, the best storyline. I think that I cannot wait to see where they go from here. Cena's not going to be around for 2 weeks. He's doing something internationally again. He was nowhere on Raw. They just kept talking about what happened and the reactions on my TikTok flooded on Twitter flooded with reaction videos of people like kids crying and dudes losing their shit. I loved it. I loved it. Everything about it was great. But I want to know your guys' thoughts, Caesar. What'd you think of Elimination Chamber?
No, it was good. It was good. Um, Shout out to what Shinsuke. I think he had a death in the family or something, and
Oh,
that's why that match didn't happen.
okay.
There's supposed to be 5 matches. That U.S. title tournament thing they were doing on SmackDown.
LA Knight.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, that's what it was like his best friend died or he had a death in the family, so he had to fly back to Japan.
Damn.
Um, so blessings. Hope not a joke. Hope that nigga gets back safe. You can't. We're gonna get canceled anyway. Nobody watches this. You can't trust planes with fucking Trumpito in office, nigga. I mean, I don't know. Fuck. That's y'all's boy. It ain't my boy. Uh, uh. Anyway, I digress. Chamber was good. Chamber was good. Women's Chamber was good. Shout out to old Liv. We didn't want to see it at Mania, but she showed her ass that night. Showed her ass. A good old match. Ladies showed up well. And then the men's chamber was good too. Fuck. That nigga Drew. I know that nigga Drew. That nigga Drew, man. Oh god. I can't wait for his crash out. Man, Drew's crash outs are the best, man. I can't wait for that nigga to super crash out. Um yeah. CM Trash didn't win. It's always a bonus in my book. Um yeah, Nathaniel Raleigh doing the Lord's work. Shout out, yeah, drop one of Clues balls for Nathaniel, making sure Trash ain't win. Hell yeah, you don't want to see that bullshit. Um yeah, old Cena won the chamber. And yeah, it's great he turned heel, man. I'm excited. Been waiting for this shit. One last heel run. Good heel run. Now I'm not like Sangria over here who gets his panties in a bunch when it's face on face or heel on heel. I don't know why he always needs a good guy and a bad guy. If it's two great wrestlers, it's gonna be two great wrestlers. Let's really be honest. And yeah, I would like for Cena to win it. I still don't think he's gonna win it. I don't know. I don't know. It's a great story because Cena helped Cody win this title, and now he's coming for this title with the guy who tried to keep Cody from getting it anyway. So I feel like that dynamic here could be good. And these niggas might even be arguing in the WrestleMania match because Cena might want to beat the dog shit, or The Rock's going to want to beat the dog shit out of Cody. And Cena's probably just going to want the win to get 17. And these niggas could end up fighting. Who knows? I got a bad feeling that somehow Roman's going to get involved and be the face, and then this is going to lead to Roman Rock. Personally, don't care. Don't really care, but I feel like this could lead to this shit at SummerSlam. Uh, I don't know how. Don't know. Don't care. Um, but at least I think the match will be good between old Evil Cena and Cody. Big ups to Ron Killens. You know, it's hard when your hero breaks your heart. You know, we've all been there, you know. But if somehow Cody makes that call to truth to help him fight Rock Cena, this will be the greatest. This will be the greatest thing if we can somehow get truth in this story, this WrestleMania story. I need this shit. I need Cena to just like bash truth and make truth crash out and start smoking cigarettes on camera again. Oh, nigga, this shit would be good. And then Cody has to rely on the one man he hates, the one man he wants to make sure can see the lights one time. He's got to call on truth. Oh, that shit would be good. That shit would be good. I feel like there's endless possibilities with this story going on. But no, this shit's gonna be great. I guess old CM Trash wants a piece of Rock as well. We all know he still hates everybody else in the damn company. So who knows where this can go? But yeah, I thought it was great. I've been waiting for this. I needed this. The streets needed this. And yeah, this is good stuff. This is just good stuff.
Yeah, Sticks, my favorite part of this whole road to WrestleMania now is I don't know what's going to happen. I never thought Cena was going to turn heel, but he did. What was your thoughts on Elimination Chamber, Sticks?
First off, Liv Morgan, MVP of that match. I mean, the pictures are surfacing after, like, what was it the morning after, just all the bumps and bruises and the hair and that hair lashing that she took. Like, I mean, that thing, like the guy said on the telecast, like that thing was loud. Like that legit was like a shotgun blast. We talked about Liv, how last year was the year of Liv. She's still showing up and showing out. It was a great women's match. It's taken us 21 years and so many days to finally get heel Cena. So why not? I mean, this is his last legit year. The guy was part-time in it. I mean, for a farewell tour, this guy has been part-time in it for the first 2 to 3 months of his farewell tour. Like, we all thought he was going to show up for PLEs, at least show up another time up during the month for either Raw or SmackDown, and we haven't even got that. Like, the dude is just showing up to a couple PLEs, and that's it. I know there's been, I think, an interview that has at least one or a couple of interviews that have resurfaced that he's done when he talked about how he was going to possibly go heel, go part-time, be Hollywood. Well, guess what? Now we might get that. Like, the guy's obviously part-time, and like I see him Trash talked about. The guy showed up after Royal Rumble, said he's entering in the Elimination Chamber, and then he dipped. Like, we didn't get anything. We just got pre-taped video packages of him leading up to Elimination Chamber. Like, he wasn't there. Everybody else had to wrestle to get into their stuff, and John was like, "No, I'm just entering it. It's best for business." I mean, after so many years, yeah, I mean, you can call that. You can call your shot. I mean, if it was CM Trash, would we like it? No. But we know he put in the time in WWE. So, but playing the devil advocates of that, like Cesar said, Nathaniel, the guy saw that CM Trash was one of the final two, and he was like, I'll be damned if this guy's going to main event WrestleMania. Curb stomps him, and then after they close the door, yelling for CM Trash to die, as he is in the STFU, yelling down, basically saying what all us legit fans are saying. We don't want you to face Cody Rhodes. No. We'll take, this is before we knew the heel turn was coming. We'll take John, the 5 moves of doom, Cena, over this pipe bomb throwing motherfucker who was like even Drew said, yeah, we're like, what, a couple months in? And you haven't gotten injured yet? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It probably would have happened leading to WrestleMania. They would have had to duct tape his ass together to get him into it and have a shitty performance. At least with this, we don't know what, like, one, movesets for John. I mean, we kind of know what we're going to get. But character-wise, This is, I mean, like Triple H came out and he said it during the post news conference. We don't know what we're getting. Like everybody was talking about how everything was going after Royal Rumble. Tripp's out here throwing swerves, man. He's out here like Nate. You read nobody knew that John was going to turn heel, and then that happens. Like the guy did a Make-A-Wish before the Elimination Chamber.
Wait. No, he did like 6.
Yeah,
That was the best. He did a
this
bunch
isn't anything that a fucking guy that's going to turn heel would do. This would be something the guy would do it, and then he'd hand out vials of cancer. Like this guy would hand out cancer, AIDS, and fucking measles and mumps to these fucking kids. And he'd have it on like a timed fucking thing. So that way when he kicked Cody Rhodes in the dick, that would be like the on switch. And you'd see like the 5 kids in the front row just fucking one by like dominoes just start keeling over. And then him and The Rock are standing there with that picture. And Cena's like, yeah, you fucking kids. Fuck you. I had to give up. I gave up 21 years of my life. The most Make-A-Wish guy in WWE. Now it's my time. Your time is up. My time is now. Like he said in his song. Yeah.
Speaking of his song, so I guess I don't know if it was Chris Van Vliet. Somebody interviewed Cena about it was a while ago. If him ever turning heel, was it going to happen? He goes, yes, it was going to happen after Cena Rock won, after he lost the first match against The Rock. He said he got all new gear, he got a new theme song,
Yep.
it was good to go, but they changed their mind at the last second. However, the heel song that he used got out. And
Yep.
it's been all over TikTok. I've been hearing it. It sounds
Bad
cool.
man.
It sounds cool. I doubt they're going to use it because it's out there. He probably wants to do something. And he's got Travis Scott. Maybe Travis Scott can help him with his new theme song. I don't know. By the way, Travis Scott was just a fucking Dennis Rodman of the NWO out here.
Pretty much.
Out with Rock and fucking Cena. That was
Hangs out whatever he wants with.
They were making fun of him when they were
smoking that sage. Yeah, he had that sage out there again.
Oh, it was funny. Like I said in the chat, the internet fucking exploded after this happened. There's still going on the internet, but fellas.
Oh, shout out to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for putting on another banger though. Shout out to them.
It's be interesting to know what happens after that because Sammy, they said he's out.
Did you guys see the tweet that Randy did talking about Cena's heel turn? And then with the fucking mic, like you want to talk about John Cena mic drop? The mic drop, like after he says all that stuff, he's like, "Now, if you excuse me, I didn't go nut my wife." This fucking guy, like the Twitter's that tweet is making the rounds. I saw that, I'm like, "Fuck yeah." Randy fucking Orton is out here giving 0 fucks, basically telling, hey, the fans are saying Cena sucks anyway, so he's giving you a reason to fucking chant that. You don't like it, like it. And you don't like it, too fucking bad. This is John's last year. Oh, and by the way, fucking you fucking fans, I'm gonna go nut my wife while you're gonna go fucking Cheeto finger the fucking keyboards.
Fellas, this past week in wrestling was a rough one for me, especially Tuesday was an insane day, and the insane part started when NXT began because the CW went down. So I was chanting. I thought it was because we have the digital antenna, so I'm doing like 1970s shit with the fucking digital antenna, trying to make sure it wasn't coming in. And I was like, oh, I guess I can't watch it. Forget it. And I went over to I turned the TV off and just did something else. I came back, turned it on. It was on. I was like, oh shit, it's on. Here comes Stephanie coming down the ramp. And then it went out again. I was like, I'm not doing this. So I turned it off. Well, I did that a few more times. Did not get to watch NXT. I saw bits and pieces, of course, the online clips. I had to jake it. But Sticks, if you will, give me what happened. Let me know what happened. What did you see on NXT?
Well, Stephanie Baker had her match. Of course, Book Coonan, Book loving every minute of it. And the commentary for that match.
Yo, Corey was cooking. Corey cooked all night.
Yeah, Corey, like, book, you got how many days out of the week are you sleeping on the couch? And Sick Vic is like, Corey, I've been saying this to him for the last 3 years. Yeah. The commentary for that match was great.
Stephanie hit the fucking stomp thing. Book said every time, then said yeah. And then it was either Sick Vic or Corey. It was like, while someone gets Booker T a cigarette, Valkyra's going for the pin in the middle of the ring. Them niggas was cooking. All 3 of them all night, bro. All night.
Oh, yeah. Commentary was on point. I mean, we got to see Ricky Starks, Saints, NXT debut. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was main event worthy because the guys that was the biggest free agent showed up. It's nice that they got his first match in. They got the match for Roadblock, which is going to be interesting to see how they're going to do. Stephanie and Julia. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that because it's title for title, winner takes all. I mean, I had read that they thought Julia was going to have a way worse injury than what she supposedly now has. So I don't know if they were doing this to cover their ass. And now it's just like, okay, now we're going to go on the fly. I mean, they've done this before with the men's. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it with the women. Because both these girls, they're really good friends. This is what we've been waiting for. But it's interesting that they're doing title for title. Moose was on NXT television, and we're going to get a February match in March. We're getting that at Roadblock. We even had that. We had that bleed over into Thursday. I mean, this on Impact, which we'll talk about a little more. We were all waiting for Moose to be on NXT television. And now we know why. Cross-Eyed Kid was like, hey, we're going to start this in February, but we bring in Black Hittery into March. Fuck the Irish. Fuck your 4-leaf clovers. We putting cotton plants into March. Your Irish pubs, no, fuck that shit. 40s are going to go from February to March. So we getting that. Moose showed up. He showed out. Lexus King. I mean, it was his hometown of Cincy. So they gave him the Moose rub. It wasn't a bad NXT show. The women's show, like they talked about, the women's division had been showcased for the last couple months. Why wouldn't you? It's one of the deepest, talented women's division in all of wrestling, being led by 2 women that we had known were on a collision course, and Stephanie and Julia. Now we're going to get that at Roadblock. All in all, I thought it was a good episode for a Tuesday night.
Sounds good. Cesar?
Hey, man, no, it was a really good show. It was a really good show. They set up a bunch of Roadblock stuff. They set up some stuff for next week. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are coming next week to fight Soul Snatcher and that big bitch that she rolled with.
Oh, the Hardys. The Hardys wrestled, right?
Yeah, the Hardys wrestled too.
Yeah.
They wrestled no quarter cracks. And that was a pretty good match. I'm trying
that Miles Bourne with that tweet talking about how they were calling him, you're like, the fans were saying you're not Randy because he's starting, like, he looks like a younger, older version of Randy. And that motherfucker's tweet of like, he hears voices, I don't hear shit.
Yeah. Then this nigga Corey said the Hardys came out. He said it's so loud in here, Miles could hear him. Miles could hear the fans. This nigga said this shit on TV. Okay? He said it's so deafening in here, Miles could hear it. And I was like, y'all niggas trying to get canceled for real. Fraxium had a front row seat. They were sitting on the rampway, watching the match. Santino bought his crack ass out, and he booked them at uh whatever the next TNA pay per view is, right?
Was it for TNA or was it for the Roadblock?
No, it's not for Roblox. He doesn't have control over NXT. He booked it for.
Well, that's what I thought, but I thought he said something about it being at Madison Square Garden for some reason.
I don't know.
I think that's
He booked a match between. Oh no, maybe he booked it between Fraxium and the Hardys at Roadblock. But Santino, yeah, he came out there. He made a match. Lola Vice beat the shit out of
that promo of when him and Ariana Grace are on that thing, and then like Lola comes in and says something about how her family didn't teach her how to fight, and you saw fucking Santino with the fucking the Viper.
Yeah. Lola was like, why don't you mean you have a match? Or did your family never teach you how to fight? He was like, take it easy, take it easy. That nigga. She was like, what? He's like, it's breezy out here. We're outside. Don't you worry about that. That nigga's about to hit that bitch with the Cobra. Yeah, that was a little filler match. It was pretty good. I mean, yeah, they gave Lexis King some shine, but definitely it's Moose versus Oba at Roadblock for Oba's title. Yeah, so NXT was pretty good show. Trick's all pissed off, and Ricky's still like, why everybody angry? Damn, y'all niggas just mad. Trick talking about he was about to crash out. So yeah, there was just another, and then Moon Knight had a fucking vignette and some trash. I don't know if I care. But yeah, Chelsea and them coming next week. Corey all excited, so he about to be sleeping on the couch. Because he looked like he was about to beat his dick over that.
Carmella's contract expired.
Yeah.
They didn't renew it. Man, I hope she doesn't go to fucking AEW. Ugh.
No, well, she's dealing with some shit. She gonna come back. If she wanted to come back, I would probably say she's gonna come back.
She should come back to NXT. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
With Corey.
Tony Skeets let Penta free. Not Penta, but Phoenix.
Oh, good.
Phoenix's contract, he was like fine. It happened like 2 days ago. So I don't know if he has a no complete or not, but it's quicker than what it was. I saw that.
That's good.
Something else happened on NXT. But yeah, it's gonna be title for title, and then it's gonna be Oba's title. The family had a meeting. Sean Spears had a really big promo talking about the faction he's with. And then next week, so not at Roadblock, but next week, he's fighting Tony for the North American Championship.
When is Roadblock?
Roadblock's 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, so not in 6 days, but 13 days.
Okay.
So around St. Patty's Day, I think, or something. Probably like the 19th or so. So yeah, that was good. And then yeah, they're fighting. So eventually I think that's gonna be like they're gonna have like a 4-on-4 or something. We'll see how that.
I don't know. After Tuesday.
Oh, and then the behind the scenes niggas beat somebody up. Who they beat up?
They beat up the no quarter cracks after the match.
After the match, they beat up the no quarter cracks. The 4 big niggas. They beat up the no quarter cracks after the match.
Oh, the wannabe retribution guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, after Tuesday, I kind of just lost my passion for taking notes. That's why we had such a extended entertainment talk. Because AEW, I just wrote comments about the Harley Cameron Deonna Purrazzo match. Deonna went from one of the best TNA knockouts champions dominating to now losing to a green entertainer. No disrespect, Harley, but that's what it is. Harley did better in this match, but Deonna deserves better, in my opinion. But Cesar, any AEW notes from this past week?
Yeah, so Harley's 2 wins are Tyra Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo.
Man,
Deserve way better.
how the mighty fall.
Have fallen. What else happened? I literally just watched Impact, not Impact. Dynamite earlier today. Yeah, Hangman fought and draw. Hangman just got out of a weird looking Cybertruck and
Yeah.
beat that nigga's ass in street clothes.
We got Christopher Daniel punching himself in the fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
To
come
bleed
on.
out. He was bleeding out. Um,
Takeshita versus Orange Cassidy.
it was a fine match. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a fine match. I
You
mean,
remember when you had to damn near murder Orange Cassidy to beat him?
to beat him, you had to
Good
like
man.
you had to straight whoop that boy ass and hit him with. I mean, he did the dump you on your head shit through a table, and this nigga still won. Wow, boy, shit.
Did anything happen on Collision? Did you watch
I
Collision?
didn't watch Collision.
I don't think anyone does. Well,
Sticks does.
Sticks. Yeah, Sticks
Yeah,
probably
Sticks
does.
does.
Sorry, Sticks.
Yeah, I didn't watch Collision. Yeah, there was a 6-man tag with Undisputed and uh I was wondering
Danny,
how the murder
Danny
machines were
Garcia
gonna
and
lose.
TR.
Yeah. I was wondering how the murder machines were gonna lose because you know that cracker always gotta lose. Uh and that was interesting. The Hurt Business came out. Right when Murder Hawk was gonna get the win and then he got rolled up. That's the most dangerous move in sports entertainment.
Who are the
Uh
murder machines?
Brian Cage and Murder Hawk.
The two biggest losers on the roster are
Yeah,
a
they're a
tag
tag
team?
team. Yeah, they're a tag team. Yeah.
And they were talking. The way they were talking about the match was if they got the dub, they were gonna fucking end up facing the fucking her faction.
Yeah. They were gonna face the Hurt niggas for the title.
Never gonna win. They'll never win.
Now,
The
apparently
fuck
they
are
got
they
some
thinking?
dubs. I think they got dubs on Collision, but I don't watch Collision.
Nobody watches the. Oh, sorry, Stick. Speaking of Sticks,
Yeah.
Sticks. Any AEW thoughts of the? Well, tell us if Collision had anything, because I mean the whole world was watching Elimination Chamber.
Well, Collision had Adam Cole, baby, versus Danny Garcia for the TNT Championship. That match was turned out to be good until Shane Taylor Promotions guys came out and pretty much ruined the match. So that ended up being like a no contest. We got an interview with Tony Storm, bedridden from being attacked by Mariah May. She announced they were going to do at Revolution a Hollywood ending match. Basically, anything goes, no disqualification, no count outs, no rope breaks, all that stuff. I think they also talked about how they're going to do, I think it's probably going to end up being on like 0 Hour. Fucking Big Boom Cracker and Orange Cassidy and Jay Briscoe taking on Johnny TV and the MXM collection guys. Like I think you're gonna get that on 0 Hour.
Yeah.
I think they had a Kenny Omega interview from his home talking about his match with Take Shitta for the title that Take Shitta had. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I don't blame you guys for not watching. I mean, Nigel's commentary really couldn't even save it, but I mean, it was on TV. So
If I would have turned on Collision and saw the Costco idiots, my TV would go off immediately. I don't ever want to see those fucking idiots again.
Oh yeah, they're getting another match, right? Didn't they
I'm
get
not
another match?
watching that. They just tainted the whole card. I'm not watching shit. That's enough of the
What, they
eight.
on the pay-per-view?
That's what
I
Sticks
think they're
said.
yeah, I think they're gonna be on 0 Hour. It's the one dude, and then Orange Cassidy and Jay Briscoe versus Johnny TV and MXM Collection. I think it's on 0 Hour.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Swerve and Drake and Shay had a promo. Whoever wins gets a title shot. Gets a title shot. But Rick and niggas got to put that robe back on the line that he stole from Prince Nana.
Prince Nana basically told Swerve, "You need to get that robe back for me. Like everything that we've done don't mean shit to me. I need that robe back." So
No, basically said if Swerve doesn't win, then he's done with Swerve. So no more fun dancing.
So over on Impact, we did have some news making stuff because a couple people debuted the Colognes, Carlito's Kinfolk debuted on TNA. Also, we are going to walk with Elijah, apparently.
Mhm.
Elijah, aka Elias, is going to start a program. He's good for now with Joe Hendry, but we all know what Elijah can do with a guitar. And they both sing, so maybe they can have like a dueling concert where they just make fun of each other. It should be entertaining. But Sticks, any TNA highlights from you?
I'm looking forward with Sammy Callahan and Lance Warner. I'm looking forward to that because they had that match and Sammy was just like, fuck it. I don't care if I take the L. I'm gonna get my pound of flesh. And I saw that they're gonna do a street fight. Well, I think Santino came out and said they're gonna do a street fight at a sacrifice the next pay-per-view. So looking forward to that. Lance has made waves on the indies, and TNA is trying to get out in front to be able to get him signed to that way to have him on the promotion with him and his real life girlfriend, Steph DeLander. Then we had the crossover with NXT. We had Oba and them. Jeff, everybody's favorite charismatic enigma. Jeff is going to face Moose for the X Division Championship.
In a ladder match.
Yeah, in a ladder match, Moose shouldn't lose this. There's no way. You should. Moose needs to keep that championship because it's Moose. And Moose is a great champion. Jeff's tag team champion. Go out there, do some fucking stupid cracker shit. Take that L, collect your paycheck. Let's keep it moving. So
yeah, apparently in the last couple of matches, Jeff Hardy has pinned Moose twice, and Moose referenced this. So that's why Santino set this up.
King of TNA, he had a match against Ace Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Austin.
On site. On site was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he fought Spin the Block.
Yeah.
They had a good match.
Because then after that match, Mustafa Ali and then put out a smear campaign photo talking about how Santana supposedly has been sober. They're like, why does this guy wear sunglasses inside? I can tell you why. Because he's back on the bottle again. This guy ain't sober. He's stone cold drunk.
Fucking the announcers mention this, that he goes to AA meetings around the country when they travel and shit. And yeah, this nigga, he said that nigga's still drinking and he drunk as shit. And yeah, and yo, Spin the Block was mad as fuck, girl.
Was it 2 weeks ago where Santana was at an AA meeting and then Ali came in? Remember they did the
yeah.
Santana at an AA meeting and Ali came.
Yeah.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Might have been a week ago.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think we talked about it. I don't think we talked about it.
I like their vignettes. I like how they do that.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Remember, Ali was like addressing the crowd or something, and then that's when, or that girl was talking to the crowd, and then like they're like, "Don't nobody care about you?" They're like, "Yeah, we following him," and like Santana's like just off in the rafters, just chilling. He's like, "What? What do y'all want?" Then I think he showed up at that nigga's meeting. And yeah,
I like this. I like that they're putting a lot of thought into Ali. I bet you it's Ali too. He's probably putting all this shit.
Yeah, he's probably
and Santana is adding his thoughts too. So this is a good program that they're getting with each other here.
Yeah, and then who's Frankie fighting? Oh, he fought that nigga from First Class.
No, he fought Ace Austin.
He did fight it. Who fought the cracker from First Class?
KC Navarro.
Yeah.
I think it was no, it was Macklin. Steve Macklin,
yeah.
Because Eric Young and the Northern Armory came down.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had Wesley was on commentary for that Ace Austin match. They talked about how I remember Ace and Big. They were like Ace was talking shit about us backstage and all this stuff, and how my former brothers were so quick to forgive this guy. I ain't forgive him.
Yeah, because they were stomping that motherfucker out because he bought the hood rat niggas with him, and they were stomping his ass out.
Well, it's 2 weeks away, but after all this wrestling talk, I think Roadblock is what I'm looking forward to the most. They stacked that fucking card. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see it. Gentlemen, if you have anything left to say it now. If not, we're gonna give that big ups.
I'm just gonna say that shout out to the sheriff for getting the fucking mediocre shout out from the fucking tribal chief himself. That was great. When I saw that, I'm like, God, that's how you know you've made it. When the tribal chief says, basically announces that the big dog is dead while talking about your meme on the fucking internet. Shout out Zanka. This guy keeps fucking making waves.
I would put that on a resume. The fucking tribal chief read my meme out loud on an IGN post because that's bragging rights for. I didn't think it was real. I was like, is this fucking real? And then he sent the clip. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
He
It
went
was
over like
incredible.
5 or 6 memes. It was on IGN. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, big old shout out to the sheriff, the one man who watches this. Thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate you. Of course, this is a spin-off of the Steel Roll After Party podcast, Jake and Zanka. They do a podcast after every major pay-per-view in WWE. Check that out for all 6 of you who listen to this. You probably already know about it. But Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good shit. Still Real After Party. Check that shit out. It's good shit. Uh, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we do what we do best. Let's be real, gentlemen. We do what we do best here on the tripod, and we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.